Welcome to Julie's Infinite Playlist. This is Julie. If this is your first time listening, thank you for joining us. If you've listened before, thank you again for continuing to listen. I hope everyone enjoys today's episode with Lions and Tigers. They're a great band, and I loved getting to sit down with them. Before we get started, I wanted to talk about where I'd like to go with the podcast and how to get there. I have a portable studio, which consists of a recorder with built-in mics, a pair of headphones, and some things to try and block out some of the background noise. The portable studio is great, and it does allow me some flexibility with scheduling the recordings, but I'd love to get some better equipment. It would be great to have a mic for each band member that I speak with, as well as headphones, and some better noise reduction. I'd also like to hold showcases here in Austin for the bands that I interview. To achieve all of this, I need some help, and there are some ways you can help me get there. The first is through a website called Patreon. If you're unfamiliar with Patreon, it's a way for people to kind of monetarily subscribe to artists and creators, and with this subscription does come some cool benefits. The podcast already has a Patreon. Simply go to patreon.com, which is patreon.com/Julie's Infinite Playlist. The other way is through sponsors. The podcast is now available on Stitcher, and I will be posting the Stitcher link on the Facebook page for you to listen to the podcast. So if you could just review on Stitcher, the reviews would help get the podcast boosted so that more people hear it, which can lead to some sponsors. I definitely appreciate all the likes and the listens, and look forward to bringing you some new great music from the live music capital of the world. Thank you so much again for listening, and get ready for Lions and Tigers. Were you in bands previously to this too, Jenny?
I was in the band in high school that I got started playing bass with. I was in a project right before this, which was an acoustic project with some people that I worked with. It was two very talented singers, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna put a bassist in here and try and do a full band setup." And we had the plight of most bands, which was we could never nail down a drummer, so we just, yeah, we'll be acoustic. We're doing this on purpose and not because we can't find a drummer.
Right. And describe the music that you guys play.
We're kind of like in the midst of a transformation right now.
Yeah, I feel like we always are. every time we write new songs, it's always completely different from the older songs that we've played. I don't know. It's been described to me as like indie punk or alternative pop punk. So I don't know. I'm heavily influenced myself when I write by bands like The Killers and Jimmy Eat World, and recently the Wonder Years. They've been influencing a lot of stuff. So I don't know. And then Anthony comes from a lot of pop punk background, and then some heavier stuff too. But yeah,
We're not sure of it all.
Yeah. We're just kind of a blend of a lot of stuff.
Yeah. What is your writing process like?
It's weird because it's never the same for every song. So sometimes I'll have a chord progression that I've written. I'll just be kind of noodling on my guitar and I'll write a chord progression that I really liked, and then I'll fit a melody over it, and then I'll write words to fit the melody. And sometimes I'll have lyrics. I'll have something I want to say, and I'll write that into a melody, and then I'll fit the chords around it. And then there's been a couple times where Anthony will have lyrics and he'll have a melody as well, and then we'll just fit the chords underneath it. That's how we wrote our song. I Don't Think This Song's About Haley that's one Anthony wrote all the words and the melody for, and then I just kind of put chords underneath and built it from there. So there's a different process to a lot of them. One of our songs, our old guitarist Jacob actually wrote basically the riff, the guitar riff for, and the chorus for, and then I just put them together like a puzzle and then wrote the words. So it's kind of a collaborative effort, really, for a lot of it.
Great. And what are your shows like?
They're fun. I think they're fun.
They're a lot of fun.
Relatively high energy, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. I've tried doing the splits a couple times. It doesn't work out. But, people jump around and sing along, and I like them.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing them,
Yeah.
It's usually the best part of the week.
Yeah. Whenever, yeah. For sure. Have you guys noticed anything in our shows that are different from other shows, do you think?
I don't think we play with the same bands, and we're all friends with all the bands we play with, so the energy, it's the same for pretty much every show you go to for this
That's a good point.
scene.
It's kind of like a bunch of friends and family, basically, all hanging out.
And we all play off of each other, so it's...
Yeah, we all like goof and pick on each other while the other bands are on stage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've definitely noticed that at Burning Years shows where you
for sure. And then members, speaking of Burning Years, they all think my name is Alec, and they just yell Alec at the stage whenever we perform.
And then we yell Sherman.
Sherman's, yeah. So there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah. And who would you say your influences are? Besides the ones that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, besides them, I don't know. That's it. Yellow Card, Reliant K for me.
That's it.
Michelle Branch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
She know how to write a chorus, man. And I'm sure she still does, but Taylor Swift, stuff like that. So, just pop, like a lot of pop artists, because that's really what catches people is the infectiousness and the catchiness of a song.
Yeah.
And then as well, pop punk bands like I don't know. I actually haven't really been listening to pop punk that long, so for me it's like Fall Out Boy and the Wonder Years and a little bit of Story so far. But these guys probably have different artists too.
Yeah, my musical influences are actually more like alternative rock bands. Like Hailstorm is my favorite band. The first person who convinced me that I wanted to sing in an actual rock band was Amy Lee from Evanescence. So,
Yeah.
Awesome.
For me, yeah, I grew up listening to progressive metal stuff, so I guess that doesn't really influence the way I play now. But honestly, individual players that I look up to a lot, or the drummer from Seosin is a guy I really like. I just learned to do one of his fills just because I want to be like him. And our good friend Andy from Nominee has been playing in bands in Austin for years, and before I knew him, I just assumed he was this older drum god, and I always looked up to him too, and he actually gives me pointers and helps me out.
That's awesome.
With improving my stuff now that we're buds and all that.
Yeah. That's always fun when you look up to somebody and they're like, "Yeah, hey, I'll help
Just
you
a
out."
turd that's only a month older than me.
There goes your pointers.
But he knows his shit. He knows his shit.
He does.
Can't say he doesn't.
Who do you guys listen to? That you think would surprise people?
That it would surprise people that we would listen to them, or it would surprise people how
Yeah.
I don't know. Most people know I love Taylor Swift.
Yeah, we're pretty vocal, but Alex and I are pretty vocal about
Pretty
Bug just
vocal.
land on your face. Sorry.
Pretty vocal in our Taylor Swift love. Oh, shoot. This is tough.
I've brought back JoJo lately. I've been listening to a lot of
JoJo's.
JoJo lately.
I really love Kanye West. Did not like The Life of Pablo too much. Just couldn't connect with it, but I like everything else he's done. Yeah. Who else?
I feel like people already know everything I listen to, and it's not that
Really?
surprising. Yeah, no,
I don't.
I mean, I listen to Hailstorm.
Yes.
I love Lindsey Sterling.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I love
She's
Lindsey
awesome.
Sterling.
She is really awesome.
Yeah, I can barely
As a violinist, I have to support her.
people who can dance while playing an instrument is amazing. I can barely shuffle between both my feet without just being oh fuck, what am I playing right now?
Especially the violin, too. That thing is,
Yeah.
It's hard.
The 1975 is when I've listened to a lot
You
lately.
do love them.
Alex isn't a big fan.
I am not.
I just
I-
started getting into the 1975.
I like 21 Pilots, and that's one that a lot of people
Yeah, I
in
can't
this
do
in
that.
this scene do not like.
Yeah,
But I like them. They're awesome.
they're one that I also enjoy, but
I've just been jamming a lot of female-fronted bands lately.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Just started
Paramore.
listening to Best Coast. Paramore's one of my
Fly,
favorites.
Flyleaf's one
Oh
of my
my
all-time
God.
favorites.
Yeah.
The Japanese House is a new one you should check out.
I checked out Best Coast, and I liked them.
It's like the 1975, but with a girl and a little bit different.
Yeah, well, they don't sound like Phil Collins.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I feel like a girl could sound like Phil Collins
But
if
they
she
don't.
really wanted to.
1975, I feel
Okay.
like does you could just take a Phil Collins vocal and put it on any other songs and it would work. But Best Coast doesn't have that feel. I feel
Oh,
like.
okay. Right on.
and what's your favorite song to cover?
Ooh.
Well, there's one that we tried once and we didn't finish it before we played it, so it didn't go too well.
The Michelle
But
Branch.
I'm really excited to do Everywhere but Michelle Branch the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Give it
played
some real justice.
We practiced it for 2 hours the night before the show, and so it didn't. I forgot words, but the chorus sounded good. So and that's what counts. But that's a great one. We did a whole cover set of Jimmy Eat World covers.
That was so
I saw that one. That was great.
That was really fun. I liked that. I really liked doing. What was the
Bleed
one?
American was one of my
That one was
favorites.
fun. I really liked doing the one that Dirk jumped on stage for. It's from Clarity. He really wanted to do it. What's
Oh
it called?
God. No. God, I don't remember it. I want to say it was Blister.
Blister. That's what it's called. That one was. I really like covering that one. That one was fun.
And I'm blanking on the second song on Bleed American, but that one too.
I think my favorite song we've ever covered, which we don't do this anymore because it's ridiculous, is I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness. The only reason we did it was because our old guitarist already knew the song, and I just wanted an excuse to prance around and sing that high, and so we did it.
Yeah, He always puts
That's
guitar down.
my go-to karaoke song.
Yeah, that's
so
a good karaoke
if
song.
you guys ever do that,
It's been a year.
Oh,
it would
absolutely.
be fantastic.
I've done that at karaoke before, so we'll do karaoke, we'll duet it, and it'll be beautiful. People
Is
will
that
clap.
your karaoke song though?
My karaoke song is actually "Bad Romance" by Lady Gaga.
Oh,
So,
that's a good one.
I won
a very good
$100 at a karaoke contest doing that. That's
Yeah.
probably the most proud of myself I'd ever been in my entire life about anything.
I think you and I need to go karaokeing together because
We used to do it every week.
Yeah, we used to. Let's go. I'm
Maroon
down.
5, Harder to Breathe is my go-to.
yeah.
That's that's a good one. That whole record is solid.
Mine is "Man, I Feel Like a Woman" by Shania Twain.
That's
fantastic.
Hey, you can never go wrong with Shania.
Just in
Twain.
case,
Definitely
it's
wrong with
Shania
Shania.
Twain and Martina McBride, if you need more people
that you
y'all
listen
don't know
to.
I listen to.
Yeah, seriously, it's true.
Alex and I do a pretty sick I'm on a boat duet.
Yes.
on the
Yeah.
island. We had it
Fantastic.
down.
We get into it. It's solid.
Who does the Akon part? Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we get Akon to actually come out, but he's usually pretty
Or-
busy.
Yeah. I mean, whenever you can.
Yeah.
Solid.
And what's your favorite venue to play?
I mean, we only did it once or twice, but I was a big fan of Holy Mountain.
Blue Mountain was cool.
Yeah.
That was
That's the
before my
bummer.
time. I wish I had played at Holy Mountain.
Yeah.
I went once and it was like one of their very last shows
Yeah.
that they were
Yeah.
having there, and I was just like, oh, this is a really cool spot.
Ton of fun.
Yeah. I know. I mean, mine is we play there all the time, but probably Sidewinder.
That
Yeah,
always shows
we
on
have-
They always take care of us. The shows are always awesome, and then the sound.
Our favorite sound guys there.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
Their
fantastic.
sound guys are my favorite. They're so nice.
And except when it was like too hot, I really did like the old fine Southern Gentleman, the stage and the room. I like the feel
Yeah.
of it more than the way it sounded.
Yeah.
Just people coming
Oh,
out
yeah,
and
it's,
having fun.
it's a cool
Yeah.
feel. And when they had monitors, it wasn't too bad, but it's just hard to hear yourself there.
That place we played in San Angelo was really cool.
Dead Horse.
That's true.
Dead Horse
Dead
was
Horse in
so
San Angelo.
cool.
In San Angelo is amazing.
That
Yeah.
was
Did you guys play with Dozer then?
Yeah.
Yes, Dozer and Thieves and
Nominee.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Nice. Nice.
I think that's one of the better out of town venues we've done.
That's probably my favorite out of town show that we've ever played. Just that lineup and that show in particular.
Yeah.
That night was a good night. It was all fun.
Yeah, it was.
Jenny had
No!
a friend that night.
No,
We
Jenny did
won't
not
talk
have a
about
friend.
it.
Jenny does not want to talk about her friend that she made that night that we called the same name as a freaking natural disaster.
Fun show.
Oh,
I started off so proud of that friendship,
yeah.
and then it all went downhill from there.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
And this episode will go up on the 15th. Do you guys have any upcoming shows or
Before the 15th?
Don't you?
after the 15th?
We actually
After
the
I'm
15th.
silly.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay.
Nothing confirmed. I guess we
Okay.
could plug something just in case.
Yeah.
Inner Shikari and Being as an Ocean, Grizzly Hall, March 31st.
Okay.
That's not confirmed.
No, we have to be approved by management first.
Oh, okay.
They asked us to play, the production company.
They asked us to play.
Production company
and then-
asked us to play, but
Yeah.
the management.
So the
for
management for
bands
the bands has got to be
is a
like.
separate
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
So
Cool.
if you're listening, management, I mean, by the 15th, they should probably have picked a band.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks before.
That would be nice.
And
That'd be
that'll
nice.
be it for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys are recording soon, right?
Yep.
Yes. Awesome. Just knocked out some pre-production the other day, actually. So we're about to start, I guess.
Soon.
Yeah.
Fantastic. By this time, hopefully they'll be done. Maybe.
They'll be done, but they won't be out.
Not out yet.
Yeah.
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 And where all can we find your music?
Spotify, Bandcamp. We just did a SoundCloud, YouTube.
Yeah.
We're on Apple Music and iTunes.
Around title.
Sometimes we're entitled. Sometimes I can search and find it. Sometimes I can't.
Wow.
E-Music.
That's fun.
Yeah, there's just a handful of pretty much anywhere you can stream. It's on Amazon.
Do you guys have a website or?
We just usually just
should do
Facebook,
that, shouldn't
we?
Twitter.
Yeah. Use Facebook as our website.
Yeah.
It's
A lot of people do that.
2017.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being on the show.
What a night.
Thank you for listening to Julie's Infinite Playlist. This podcast was created and produced by Julie Roth with production help from Nick Colbert. Special thanks to Nikki Nadeau. All songs performed are property of the musicians performing them.